Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. It's been just under 2 years since I was last here at New Horizon Mall, and things were not looking great at the mall back then, so I thought I'd pay another visit here today. It's 11:30 a.m. at the beginning of November 2024, so just gearing up maybe for the Christmas shopping season, and the mall just opened half an hour ago, so let's see what's going on the inside and see if it's changed at all since we were here last. Well, I can already see just from walking in that there's already more cars in the parking lot than there were the last time I was here, and I was here kind of mid-Christmas shopping season, and it was in the evening, so a lot more shoppers here, but it's going to be probably pretty empty here still today because the mall did just open about 40 minutes ago, and it is a Wednesday, so not a particularly busy shopping afternoon, but let's see what the inside is like. Well, my first impression after not being here for 2 years or so is that the main gallery straight ahead of us here is definitely more populated than it was before. And it looks like a lot of the stores are even open, which was not the case last time. So I'm just gonna walk around and see what kind of things are being offered. A lot of clothing here at this is the main thoroughfare here. Another thing I didn't see last time I was here at New Horizon was other shoppers. Looks like there's a lot of other shoppers here now. There's a sign here that says this store is closing, but it looks like it's only open Saturday and Sunday. So, well, I will say this, having all of the storefronts populated here on the main drag definitely makes it feel a little less weird being here. I think in my first New Horizon video, I described this as kind of a weird environment. It felt odd, and I can see now that having the storefronts populated, even though, you know, they're not all open, having them populated definitely makes it feel like you're in an actual mall and not in some weird dystopian abandoned mall. So let's have a look. Okay, so I think I'm gonna just pop over to some of the side aisles here off the main drag. You can see, we see our first two empty storefronts here. I'm gonna see what's over on this side. Again, some more empty storefronts here. This looks like a very, very well-stocked board game store here. Wow, they've got titles that I have never seen or heard of before. And now as we wander off the main center aisle, we're starting to see some more of what we would call empty storefronts and empty aisles. Yeah, it's another empty one. This one's got a calendar in it. Let's see what month that calendar's from. I don't know if you can see it. That calendar says June of 2018. So I wonder if that's the last time that store had a tenant. I'm getting the idea. We're still seeing storefront after storefront of emptiness here. Let's go across to the other side and see if there's anything. Ooh. I wonder if if this is the pre-construction or a post-construction, and there's a lot of gear in there. But see another, there's so many empty storefronts here. Let's go across. Well, so on this end, on this side of the aisle, there's a lot more. Right down this aisle, this is one of the end aisles. There are a lot more populated storefronts here as well. But for every populated storefront, still seeing, I would say, 3 or 4 that are empty. Cool little art store here. Well, I have to say that it is definitely, there are far more storefronts that are occupied than when I was here last. I would guess, 5 or 6 times as many storefronts here. But I am shocked to see how many of them are actually closed. Like the mall is open, and it opened about 40 minutes ago. But I'm seeing so many of the storefronts are closed. And the store hours on this one are Wednesday to Sunday, 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. Yeah, still more empty storefronts here as we get to the end of the aisle. And then it looks like even in the cross aisles here, there's a lot of empty stores as well. Some of them have signs up, which means I guess there was something here at some point, but not anymore. See, this one has a storefront. You see, this one has a business sign, but there's a for lease sign on the inside. In here it looks like a clothing store that is operating, but says for rent. And it also says that the business hours are Wednesday, which is today, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., but it's closed. This is an aisle that I walked down during my first video, and it was completely empty. Now there are definitely some storefronts here. It's very easy to get turned around in here because there aren't as many, landmarks that you know where you are. But here, let's take another walk down this side aisle again. So it looks like this jewelry store looks like it's moved to another bay. And I mean, the navigation in here is very difficult because there are street names, 92nd Street and 3rd Avenue. So, I mean, I guess that's an easy way for people to navigate, but I don't know, I still find myself getting lost. Yeah, down the other side here. Again, so many populated storefronts, so many of them, but so few of them are actually open. I'm going to estimate that of the populated storefronts that look like there's a business in them, I would say 30% of them are open. And I guess if this isn't your full-time job, you know, running a store here at New Horizon, if this isn't your full-time job, then you don't need to be here all the time, but it seems to me like just wasted opportunity. I'm gonna try to head up to the food court now, because when I was here last, nothing was open. Nothing was open up at the food court. All right, I'm gonna head up to the second floor, which I think has the food court on it. When I was here, there were a few populated stalls, but none of them were actually operating the last time I was here. And I think the other big thing on this floor is the kids' play place, which a lot of comments in my first and second video said that this was the flagship business here at New Horizon. It looks like this play place takes up almost the entire top floor of the mall, with the exceptions for the food court and a few of the shops at the end there. And all the comments on my other video said that it was very popular. Kids loved it, and that's the reason that they come here. So let's have a spin around the food court. I see 1, 2, 3 open stalls. 3 stalls that are open. A few more that look like they're operating, but they're not open today. And then of course here in the back corner, only 1 food stall looks open. 1 stall is for sale, 2 is for sale, 3, 4, 5. Looks like 5 stalls are for lease, 6. So I'm seeing, at my count, about 6 food court stalls that are either for sale or for lease right now. And aside from that 1 table, there is literally no one sitting in this food court right now. The time, as I'm recording this, is noon. It is lunchtime. But of course, if there's no one in the mall, no one's going to be here eating. There used to be a bunch of decorations that would hang from this ceiling. I guess they took them all down. It's too bad. They added a lot of color to this center court of the mall. And now they're just dangling wires from the ceiling. Okay. This sports collectible store looks actually really, really cool. Looks like they have lots of neat collectibles and trading cards and stuff in there. I bet you this store is very popular. I think that's kind of the point of New Horizon, is that it's supposed to be really unique and interesting niche stores that would draw people here from all over the city. But from what I can tell, that hasn't been happening. It's another empty storefront with some looks like decorations inside. And you'll see some of the stores here are only open 3 days a week, the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. In the comments of my previous videos, people always suggested that I come back on the weekend because that's when it was busy. And so I guess that stands to reason that a lot of people don't get out this way during the week, so it would be busy during the week, during the weekend. Here's another like board game type shop. Bento Gaming. This is one of the stores that people said draw them here in the comments of my old videos. Bento Gaming, there still looks like they're still doing some good business here. Right, so I'm on the west side of the mall right now, and I parked on the east side. So I'm gonna just take one last pass down one of the side aisles here towards the east side, and that'll do it for the walking tour. And this is something I've been seeing a little bit as I walk through the mall here, is some of the stores that seem abandoned still have product inside them. I wonder how long that's going to sit there. We did see the other storefront with a calendar in it from June of 2018, so you know, if that's any indication, that stuff's going to be sitting here for a long, long time. I would love to know what's in that shopper's bag. Well, that's a cool little vintage stereo store. I would love to pop in there, but it's not open. Oh, I see the Stone Temple Pilots Purple album on vinyl. I'd totally buy that. Maybe the next time I pop up, if it's within the narrow window of operation, I'll stop in and get something. Well, that's how things are looking here at New Horizon Mall in November of 2024. I gotta say, there are way, way more populated storefronts here than there was the last time I was here. Things look to be picking up, but still so many empty storefronts. The vibe wasn't as weird and creepy as it was the first time I came here, and I made that first video where it was just a weird experience wandering around. Everything was empty and nothing was open, and this time, you know, there were a lot of shops that were closed and there were a lot of empty storefronts, but not nearly as many as there were the first time I was here. So I wonder what the future will bring. I mean, get subscribed to the channel and we'll continue to check in on New Horizon every once in a while and see if things are changing. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.